Good day everyone, I'm the last reporter of the Group 4 discussing about the issues and concerns in children and adolescent literature. So I was assigned to discuss the lesson 5 entitled Movie and Television Versions. So for the overview of this lesson, when we were a child, we are fond of watching Disney movies and other children's films, right? However, there are many things that we need to know before watching these movies, or there are many things that we need to consider before letting our nieces, nephews, or younger siblings to watch movies. So, what are these things? So, the questions that I prepared will answer this question. So, for our first question, what are the two issues or concerns in children and adolescent literature in terms of its movie and television versions? So, anyone? Anyone who would like to answer the question? None? Okay, so I would like to hear the voice of Miss Velasco, please. So I guess Miss Velasco is not around, so let's proceed to my explanation na lang, guys. So the two issues or concerns in children and adolescent literature in terms of its movie and television versions are: first, the negative health and development effects and language development issues in children and adolescents. Second, the difference between children and adolescent literature and its movie and television versions. First, let's discuss the negative health and development effects and language development issues in children and adolescents. So, how can you interpret this picture, guys? Anyone? None? Okay, so this picture depicts that what a child sees can be something that we should worry or care about, especially if they see something in the movies or television or even in the internet that shows negative contents like smoking, using drugs, killing, sexual intercourse, and etc. That is why we should be careful also, because there is a big possibility that they can imitate what they have seen. Because even in the story of Cinderella, Snow White, Peter Pan, and Beauty and the Beast, there are some negative contents. Most commonly is the use of tobacco. That is why guidance from the adults are needed. So let us proceed. Second is the difference between children and adolescent literature and its movie and television version. So to explain this, we have here examples. The story of Coraline and Alice in Wonderland. So in the story of Coraline, the difference between its movie and book version is, in the original book, YB, which is one of the characters in the movie version, is not present. Meaning to say, the writer in the movie version created YB to change one of the attributes of the main character, which is to talk with herself alone. So Coraline wouldn't have to talk to herself all the time because YB was there already. So in the case of Alice in Wonderland, there is no White Queen actually in the first book. She comes into play in the sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass, but she's seen in the 2010 adaptation. And honestly guys, I've never tried to watch this movie, so I cannot add any ideas, but I just want to add it so that those people who have watched this movie can be enlightened. So we can consider this as a problem because children at young age cannot appreciate yet the beauty of twists or the movie twist. So confusion is the main problem here for the children, because sometimes teachers of these children tend to ask their pupils of what is the story of this book, what is the story of Cinderella, what is the story of Snow White, what is the story of Beauty and the Beast. So sometimes the pupil will depend their answer on the movies that they have watched and not to the original book. So the teacher will correct his or her pupils. So it is where confusion comes in. Bakit ko to sinabi? Because that was based on my experience, guys. So one of the suggestions is to read the book before watching the film. So now let's proceed to our second question. Who are the people responsible in solving the issues or concerns in children and adolescent literature in terms of its movie and television versions? So May I call Miss Kaligdong? Miss Kaligdong, are you there?
Based on what I have read, the people responsible in solving the said issues and concerns are parents, health professionals, media advocacy, the schools, and the entertainment industry.
Thank you, Miss Kaligdong. Yes, correct. So first, we have the parents. Because parents it's their obligation to monitor their children's use of media. Take note of that, guys. Second, health professionals. They are the they are the only one who can provide exact information about the harm that movies and shows can give to the young viewers. So they are our source of information about the impact of this movie and television versions. Third is the media advocacy, who are responsible in strategic use of mass media for advancing a social or public policy initiative. Fourth is the school, of course. School. Well, of course, they are the facilitator of learnings, and also they must monitor their pupils or students in terms of using the internet or televisions. So yeah. Lastly is the entertainment industry, since they are the producers of many programs presented in television and internet, so they should provide solution to the said problem and control their viewers. So one of their alternative solutions is the warning signs. I know that all of you are familiar with warning signs like rated as PG and PG, which indicate that the given show or program need guidance from the adult or should be avoided by the young viewers. So for our last question, as an adult, what is your personal suggestion to lessen these issues or concerns? So guys, this question is to all of you, for all of you guys, because I want to know what is your ideas or how can you solve this problem based on your perception. So I need a one volunteer. Who wants to volunteer, guys?
Permission to speak, sir. I have to share my idea on this question, the difference between children and adolescent literature to its movie and television versions.
Thank you, Miss Rizan, for your willingness.
So, according to what I learned in your report, there is children's and adolescent literature that is different from its film and television, which can lead to confusion among children and adolescents when they read the original text. Some of the examples of children and adolescents literature that has different movie and television versions are Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the cannibalism, the lace clothing, and so on. So for me, those who do a certain film or movie must have a connection to those books so that the readers, most especially children, don't make confusion as well as those people guided by them. That's all, and thank you.
Thank you, Miss Rizan. Yes, indeed. Thank you. So that's end my report, guys, and thank you for listening, and I hope that you've learned something. Thank you and God bless.